Hello and welcome to another Des Moines game. I am here in addition with Red, who is playing the gearing and is trying to help me finish the grind for the Des Moines Legendary. At this point I think I have about 800 base XP left that I need. So a decent game regardless of win or loss should be enough to get me that module. Looking at the team, we have a CV game, but it's tier 8. The enemy has 2 radar cruisers, a Salem and a Moskva, and we only have myself as a radar cruiser in the Des Moines. We also have 5 battleships, so it's important to try and be mindful of that. Not too many tier 10s though. So it's not as bad as it could have been. Red and I are moving towards A. He will smoke up into A and see if he can cap it. I of course will be able to support him with both my guns and my radar. And if the CV tries to strike, I have my defensive A. Now my current Des Moines captain, I don't have AFT, so I only have 6 kilometer A range. But even with only that range, the Des Moines is still a really good AA ship. I was briefly spotted by the planes, but our CV is engaging the enemy fighters as I get in range and can start shredding his planes even without defensive AA. And then his strike planes come in. I pop my defensive AA and I just watch the planes disappear from the skies. The CV tries to help, but doesn't have enough time, and within 2.5 minutes I've already shot down 19 planes. I'm continuing to push slowly into the edge of the smoke to be able to help Red. And I got another plane kill there from a fighter plane. I am close enough to the turret now that he actually spots me when I fire in smoke, so I start to reverse a bit to avoid any major return fire. Set him on fire, but the 2 battleships we have with us are sitting in the back, so we can't really rely on them too much. I try to push up a bit again to be able to continue firing at the turrets. Meanwhile, Red has been trying to torp into the cap to hit something. The planes are coming back again, but my defensive AA is not ready, and so far the planes are not in range. The smoke is running out, and I have to reverse out since I can't really go forward with the Turpis and Charles Mantel there. Start shooting down planes again. While I wait for my defensive AA to get ready, but with the Des Moines against the T8 CV, I don't really even need defensive AA. I managed to shred his planes anyway.
Torpedoes to starboard.
But since it is IGN CV, he has a lot of air squadrons, and even though I popped my defensive A, he managed to get one strike away and hit me with one torpedo for 7.5k damage. Here I get the A defense expert, and I get that within 5 minutes, which is pretty impressive, seeing as you need to have 40 plane kills to get that achievement. I guess I really have to thank the enemy CV that is stupid enough to keep sending his planes towards Des Moines. Damage wise, unfortunately, I've only been managed to rack up 26,000. The enemy in the north has kept C. We are getting B, but A we are only trying to prevent, seeing as they are outnumbering us quite heavily. Enemy Turpis pops up behind me and it gets a decent hit on me. There's also an enemy Turpis just behind the island here, so I try to run away to minimize the damage the two of them can do to me. There is also a Conqueror there, but luckily for me he is occupied elsewhere. So the Turpis is now the Bismarck pushing up, so as soon as he clears the island, I open up on him to get some fires. Our Curfers is now actually pushing in. So he can at least do a bit more than he could staying back. On the minimap in the north, we see that the Lexington has pushed way too aggressively and is now facing Curve first. And unsurprisingly, we are going to lose the CV.
The ship is on fire.
I'm eating a fair bit of damage while trying to set fires and dealing with Bismarck in A. Then we did manage to cap it, but as the Curfers enter, at least they're not getting points from it. But this time the CV is not striking me, or trying to, instead going for the lone battleship. I managed to kill him, and there we also did lose the RCV, which wasn't really much help. The enemy team still has a Bismarck, a Tirpitz, and a Sharp Martel in A, and also the Shokaku just outside. There's also Tirpitz now capping B, and we are therefore not getting any more points, and we keep losing ships. So I start to turn back to try and continue dealing with two German battleships in A. I have to be mindful of the Tirpitz in B, but he will be shooting at other ships instead, so I will be fine in that regards. The enemy CV is trying to strike the Bismarck. and I am nowhere near enough to help out.
The enemy is about to win.
And the enemy team is now up to 800 points, and for a second they had all 3 caps, but are now not getting points from the sea cap, since we have a few ships that are trying to push it. I finally managed to kill a Turpitz and are now trying to take out the short motel before dealing with the last Bismarck. Short motel is getting behind an island though, so I try to get as many shots away before he is too much behind it and gets fires. And I managed to get enough fires to burn him down. And there I get the kill.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
We are losing ships, however, very rapidly. We have some more planes incoming, but it's only one squadron, so I don't even bother with the consumable. We're down to 4 ships, and the enemy has only lost 3, and they have all 3 caps. So right now it's just to try and maximize damage, and maybe some additional kills as well. Red and I are shooting at Bismarck, and we now also have the support from our Turpitz. We have some planes, and I pop my defensive AA to deal with them, just as I kill the Bismarck and we spot the Shokaku. So we all open up on him to try and stay in this game a little bit longer as I continue to shoot down planes. We lose some Massachusetts, and right now it's only the 3 of us down here that are alive. And the Turpitz is the one that kills the Shokaku. And I turn around to try and get some additional damage on the Conqueror. Red will go into A to delay the enemy's win a bit, but there's nowhere near enough time to get any more kills. So I'm just trying to get some additional damage to finalize the grind for the legendary.
The ship is on fire.
I end up at 59 plane kills. Even though our CV was pretty crap, the enemy CV kept thinking it was a good idea to try and strike Des Moines. Of course, you can devastate Des Moines with AP bombers, but it's an IDN CV, so he doesn't have those. So it was really a bad choice from him. The game ends, and as expected, we do lose this game. And as for the start screen, we get the AA achievement with the 59 plane kills, get the 3 kills and 152k damage. More importantly, we finally finished the grind for the Des Moines Legendary, so that was nice to finally get that done. We see here the team results. Red did not have the best game. Was a bit unlucky with torpedoes, and the enemy composition and how they went was not ideal for him. I, on the other hand, did quite well. Broke 1600 basic speed when losing. Comparing that to the second best on our team, the Minotaur, that had less than 900. Of course, a lot of those XP came from the number of planes I shot down. But even looking at the enemy team, there are only 2 ships that had more basic speed than I did. The Salem with only 4 basic speed more, and then the Tirpitz with 67 more. So I was very close to being better than any on the enemy team, even though we lost. Which says quite a bit of our team. We also see that the RCV was the second worst in our team. Only managed 7 plane kills. Of course, the enemy Civ didn't do much better. He did only 10 plane kills, but did manage to get at least 1 kill. So, very unfortunate for me that we lost, but with a team like this, we didn't have much of a chance. My kills, mainly the Bismarck and Tirpitz I did damage on. Did some additional on the Charles Martel that I also killed. And then I get also some damage on the Conqueror in the end and the Shokaku. Almost 100k in pure gun damage, and then roughly 50 from fire. Not enough for the Witherer, but still a pretty good game, and of course the 59 plane kills. 21 torpedo bombers, 29 bombers, 14 fighters, and 3 additional fighters from enemy ships. Potential damage 1.2 million, not too much. I spent quite a lot of time in an island and was not really the main focus of the enemy team. I do receive almost 53k damage though, which is a fair bit. And as this was a loss, not too much in terms of XP and credits, but still, with a loss and without much in terms of camos and flags, it was a pretty good result either way. So, a game showing that even without AFT skill, the Moines is still very much an A monster, and especially when you're facing a tier 8 CV that for some reason thinks it's an excellent idea to try and strike at a Moines. So, unfortunate loss, as I said, but under the circumstances, still a pretty good game.